What may be clear and obvious to you may be completely oblivious and mysterious to someone else. Hi, it's Barry Phelps with 10-Minute Torah, Day 3 of the Torah portion, Bo. As we go back again to chapter 10 of the book of Exodus or Shemot, please excuse any coughing. Got a little bit of drainage going on today. It says in verse 21, Yahweh said to Moshe, stretch out your hand toward the heavens and let there be darkness over the land of Mitzrayim, even a darkness that can be felt. Moshe stretched out his hand toward the heavens, and there was thick darkness in all the land of Mitzrayim for 3 days. They did not see one another, nor did anyone rise from his place for 3 days, while all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings. Talk about distinction and separation of fact. Separation along the lines of judged and those who are not judged. This is very, very obvious. This is the 9th plague. These last 3 plagues, the locust, the darkness, and then finally as we get into the death of the firstborn, are meant to completely take away all support systems of Mitzrayim or Egypt, and to finally break the will and the hardness of heart of Pharaoh to the place that he lets Israel go. Yah is at the point now where there's no point of return. You're going to suffer these, and that's just all that there is to it. So when we read first about darkness, and again, the word here, darkness, is the same as it is in Bereshit or Genesis chapter 1, where we're told that Yah separated light from darkness. He created light, and then he separated the light from the darkness. The darkness there, as it is here, is chosech. And it obviously means that which is dark, but it also has a secondary meaning, excuse me, obscurity. And in looking at the root word, kasach, it means to become dark or grow dark or dim, to be black. But again, there's an extended version or meaning here, to be hidden. So we're not just talking about, and here in our plagues, this is a physically felt, heavy, debilitating darkness. So much so that no one could get up out of their position from where they were either lying or sitting. Now, to be totally incapacitated to the place of not being able to move or see anything in total, complete darkness for a complete 3 days and 3 nights. That had to be almost driving to the point of insanity. I cannot imagine the sense of panic. And if you read this, there is no warning. Moshe does not go to Pharaoh and say, this is what's getting ready to take place. It just happens. In the book of Amos, chapter number 5, and verse number 18 and following, it says, woe to you who are longing for the day of Yahweh. What does the day of Yahweh mean to you? It is darkness and not light. As when a man flees from a lion and a bear shall meet him, or he entered his house and rested his hand on the wall and a serpent shall bite him, is not the day of Yahweh darkness and not light? Is it not very dark with no brightness in it? Those to whom the day of Yahweh, the day of Yah's deliverance for his people Israel, those who are looking for a culmination of events, a conclusion to their world-focused matters, Yah is saying this is going to be a day of great darkness. And hint, hint, you're not going to be prepared for it. If we go over to Amos chapter number 8, in verse number 11, it says, see, days are coming, declares the Master Yahweh, that I shall send a hunger in the land, not a hunger for bread, nor a thirst for water, but for hearing the words of Yahweh. I bring this verse in not because it references a difference between light and darkness, but rather that there is a hiddenness or an obscurity to the word. When we come into these days that are conclusionary, is there such a word? When they are the conclusion of things, when they are the finality of things, where Yah is wrapping up the times of restoration, he is bringing the culmination of events together. There are those that may be rejoicing, is like sighing, and finally we're seeing some resolve. Finally we're seeing the hand of Yah stand for his people. There are those that are still going to be deceived into believing there is another way out for man. We can still resist the hand of the Most High. And the book of Revelation, however, it says in chapter 16 and verse number 10 and following, and the fifth messenger poured out his bowl upon the throne of the beast, and his reign became darkened. And they gnawed their tongues from pain, and they blasphemed the Elohim of heaven for their pains and their sores, and did not repent of their works. Here there is a parallel plague where Yah is judging the reign and the kingdom of whatever this beast is, whoever this beast is, however it is manifested in the earth. And though man is covered in darkness, and they are gnawing their tongues in pain, you would think that they would get a clue, but they don't, and they refuse to repent. Now, there is another reference, I believe, that is connected to Revelation 16, found in the book of Isaiah, chapter 60, and verse 1 and following. And this reveals what takes place in Mitzrayim, that while those that are in darkness in Mitzrayim, those that are in rebellion to him, and the rabbis say that those of Israel that were yet idolaters and refusing to repent, that they were taken out during this time of the darkness. One of the Targums teaches as much. But in Isaiah 60, verse 1 and following, arise and shine, for your light has come, excuse me, and the esteem of Yahweh is risen upon you. For look, darkness covers the earth, and thick darkness the peoples. Is this what Revelation 16 is describing? But Yahweh arises over you, and his esteem is seen upon you. The nations shall come to your light, and sovereigns to the brightness of your rising. Lift up your eyes all around and see, and all of them are gathered. They have come to you. Your sons from afar and your daughters are supported on the side. Then they shall see and be bright, and your heart shall throb and swell, for the wealth of the sea is turned to you. The riches of the nations has come to you. So, during a time of judgment, during a time of the last days outpouring of Yah's wrath upon the reign of the beast, there seems to be simultaneously an event where Yah's people are illuminated. I think of the illumination of the menorah, standing in the gifting and in the light and the fire, the illuminating understanding of the word given to us by the Ruach HaKodesh. So, pulling in what Isaiah said, that the last days, the days of Yahweh, are those of darkness and of great obscurity, that there is obscurity in hidden things. But if we're standing in the light, then the word is no longer darkened to us as it is to the world. They're wondering what in the world is going on. Those who are of Yah, those who are following his covenant, those who are walking in righteousness will have a clue. They'll stand in the light. They'll be light. And there will be those that will be coming to them asking for an answer. Can you tell me what all of this means? In that moment, we need to shine our brightest. So go ahead and get your lamps trimmed, and your oil resupplied. Get ready to do some shining. We'll see you again tomorrow. Till then, shalom.